This is a video of I'm going to be showing you how to set up CO2. I've never done this before, and that's kind of why I'm doing it, so you can see how a noob does it. I've kept tanks for a while, but never tried CO2 before. So we'll set this up. So this is the CO2 Art regulator. That's the one I bought. It's supposed to be a pretty good one. Comes with instructions. You scan, and it brings you to their website. But let's get started. Also, you want to make sure there's O-rings in there. Or some of them come with a washer, but this one came with the O-ring. Don't want to cross thread it. There we go. And once you get it hand tight, take a wrench. Crank it down. It's pretty tight. Alright, now this is your bubble counter. You want to take the top off. O-ring right there. Make sure you don't lose that. And then the instructions on the website say to fill it with water and don't use mineral oil, or they don't recommend you use mineral oil because it can contaminate your diffuser, but I'm actually going to use mineral oil just because that's what a lot of people were telling me to use for different reasons. So I'm actually going to use mineral oil. That should be good. You just want it over that black part. That's where your bubbles will come up through. That should be pretty good. Alright. Then you put the cap back on. Make sure that O-ring is in there. Want that sucker pretty tight. I actually had it wrong before. It says low and high, so if I do this, it's going to be opening it. So closing it is actually left here, but here it's right. Turn it right, that's closed. Turn it left here, that's closed. Alright, so now we'll be opening it. We're going to do it slowly. So that's going to read at 0 because this is closed. That's reading, I don't know, like 700 or something. Alright, so we'll open this up. Okay, so this is our pressure. And this is our working air that's at 0 right now because this is closed. So I'm using the ceramic diffuser right here. For this, they recommend having it at 20 to 30 psi. So that's what I'm going to set it at. Make sure this is closed. There we go. I'll put it right in the middle. Start at that, see what that does. Okay, so we got that. Okay, now it says plug the solenoid into power outlet socket. So it comes with different adapters depending on where you live. Here in the US, this is the one we use. So we'll plug it in down here. All right, then I'll plug this in. There, opened up, there's a light. Now this is our needle valve. So open the valve in here, and you'll start coming out here, and that's when you'll see bubbles. Yep, there we go. All right. Okay, so I have it at a level I like. I'm going to turn this off, hook up my hoses and everything, put it in the water, and test it out. You'll take this top part off, not the same part that you took off to fill this up. It's just the top. Put your CO2 line in here. Stick it on. Like this. Okay, then you got it on, then you'll tighten it. You want it pretty tight. That's very tight. Alright. So what I'm using too, this clear CO2 tubing that I got with the kit from CO2 Art. Okay, so I got that. And then you don't need a check valve for this one. I mean, I guess you could put one on if you want, but there's already a check valve built in. Okay, then I'll take my diffuser, put this on here. This airline is really rigid too, which is nice. It's a little hard to get onto things, but you want that nice seal. Another thing is you can check in these areas, make sure they're not leaking with I use soap and water. I didn't record it. There was no leaks, so that's one way of checking. See if you got any leaks. You'll see it bubbling up otherwise. But that's pretty important to do, otherwise you're going to waste all your CO2. So I'm going to put the diffuser towards the bottom right here in the front. Like so. Got to set this drop checker kit. So it says we want to fill this bulb halfway with the solution. And then you want to put it an inch or two from the top of your water. Okay. So got a few more drops. Put a little bit more in. about halfway. So that looks good. All right. All right, so you're gonna want, try not to drop it. Put it in this way, so it gets air in there. But that looks good right there. All right, and that's where I got my diffuser at. So now I'll turn my CO2 on, the regulator, open up that solenoid, and this should turn, I think it should turn green. It's blue right now. Coming through. Takes a little bit. You have to build up pressure. There's a drop checker. That's how much I have the flow right now. But we'll see if we have to adjust it or what. One thing I failed to say is make sure you have your solenoid on a timer or it won't shut off. I'll have mine on this. I think you want it to come on like an hour or two before your lights come on and shut off an hour or two before your lights shut off. So I'll be putting it on this, and I'll probably do about 2 hours before they come on and after they come off. I don't know if that's a lot of bubbles or a little, but we'll see. See what color that turns. But thank you for watching. I hope this helps. It's actually not that hard. The hardest part was getting all the supplies, and that's about it. Otherwise, setting up pretty easy. Probably do a video on how well the plants do with it. They're doing okay now, most of them, but we'll see if they really take off. But alright, thank you for watching. Bye.